Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're kicking off the second half of high school basketball season. Tonight, the Blackhawks are going to host the River Valley Wolverines. River Valley comes in with a 1-5 record, coming off a 48-25 loss to OABCIG right before the break. Hinton girls coming at 6-2. They're going to take on Trinity Christian tomorrow, so the Blackhawks open up second half action with back-to-back games here in Hinton. We'll have tomorrow night's action for you as well, right here on Fuller Digital Solution. We'll be right back with lineups after this message. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton varsity basketball.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks.
Yeah.
Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready for varsity girls action. River Valley Wolverines come to Hinton tonight to take on your Blackhawks. Starting lineups tonight are going to look like this. First, for the River Valley Wolverines, coached by Corey Dowsell. He's going to have number 11, Teddy Mammon, a sophomore, comes in averaging 2.2 points per game. Number 15, McKaylee Edwards, a junior, comes in averaging 3.5 points per game. Number 31, Maddie Thomas, the junior, the leading scorer for the Wolverines, with 8.7 points per game. Number 35, Addison Getch, comes in with 2.6 points per game. And round out the starting lineup, number 41, Teresa Todd, the sophomore, comes in with no points on the season so far. The leading rebounder for the Wolverines is Maddie Thomas, as well as the leading scorer at 5.5 points per game, or rebounds per game. For Coach Matt Leary's Hinton Blackhawks, they're going to look like this tonight. Number 3, Natalie Junk, the junior, averaging 7 points per game. Number 15, Anna Coffey, the senior, averaging 11.3 points a game. Number 21, Ashlyn Renzo, the junior, averaging 6.9 points a game. Number 23, Ashlyn Cavarna, the sophomore, averaging 8.5 points a game. And round out the starting lineup for Coach Leary, number 32, Bella Badar, the senior, comes in averaging 11.9 points per game. The Blackhawks average 50.8 points a game. The River Valley Wolverines coming at 25.3. So on paper, I like the chances of the Blackhawks. We'll see how it goes right after this from Fuller Digital Solutions. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton varsity basketball.
We believe in service. That means providing no-limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton varsity girls action. Boys action to follow approximately 20 minutes after this one's completed. So the River Valley Wolverines coming at 1-5. The Blackhawks coming at 6-2. Both teams ready to start the second half or the after Christmas portion of the basketball schedule. Jumping for the Blackhawks will be number 15, Anna Coffey. And for the Wolverines, looks like it's going to be number 41, Teresa Todd. Reminder, we'll be right back tomorrow night with coverage as the Trinity Christian Tigers come into town to take on the Blackhawks. We'll have that action for you right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Looks like we're almost ready. And the tip's going to be gathered by the Blackhawks. Number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna, gathers it for the Blackhawks. Kavarna gives it up to Coffey. Coffey drives the lane, loses the ball out of bounds. It'll be River Valley basketball. Blackhawks have the full court press. Junk steals the ball away momentarily. Now Renzel grabs it, and there's going to be a jump ball. That's going to go to River Valley on the alternating possession. River Valley gets it in to Teddy Mammon. Back to Maddie Thomas. Back to Mammon. Mammon brings it in the front court. Tries to get to the basket. Cut off by Coffey. Kicks it back out to Maddie Thomas. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna in the front court for the Blackhawks to Natalie Junk. Loses the ball, tries to re-get it. Maddie Thomas scoops it up for the Wolverines. And then Maddie Thomas will bring the ball up court. Thomas has the ball knocked away and then stolen by Ashlyn Kavarna. All the way to the basket, and that's up and good. And the Blackhawks lead 2-0 on Kavarna's breakaway. Blackhawks still at the full court press. Maddie Thomas has the ball inbounds for the Wolverines. Into the front court, tipped away. I believe that's by Ashlyn Kavarna, and then stolen by Anna Coffey. Kavarna gives it back down low to Renzel. Renzel's spinning shot is up and good. And the Blackhawks take a quick 4-point lead. Michaela Edwards with the ball, gives it back to Mammon. She's guarded closely by Renzel. Now gets it to Maddie Thomas. Maddie Thomas brings it in the front court. Down low, that pass is going to go to Teresa Todd. Kicks it back out to Thomas. Thomas back to Mammon. Thomas's three-point shot from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Anna Coffey, and Coffey's off on the races. Her layup is going to be good, and the Blackhawks lead by 6. Very young team here for the Wolverines. They have 2 juniors, a sophomore, and a bunch of freshmen. A couple sophomores and some freshmen. Very young team. Into the front court, number 15, Michaela Edwards. Has the ball stolen away by Anna Coffey. This time to Bella Badar. Badar to the hoop. That shot's going to be up and good. So 4 Blackhawks have gotten in the scoring so far on their 4 baskets. And with that, the Wolverines are going to take a timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity basketball.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we have 6:03 to go first quarter. Blackhawks at a quick 8-0 lead. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity Athletics. Reminder, if you'd like to be a sponsor, still have plenty of opportunities for that. Fuller Digital Solutions at gmail.com. Fuller Digital Solutions, all one word, at gmail.com. And reminder, we'll have the boys action coming up tonight, 20 minutes after this one finishes. So we're about ready to exit the timeouts here. Hinton's broke their timeout, and River Valley's just finishing up last-minute instructions. And it looks like number 21, Maya Dowsel's checked into the game for the Wolverines. She gets the ball stolen by Ashlyn Renzel for the Blackhawks. She gets it over to Natalie Junk. Quickly down to Bella Badar. Badar attacks the hoop. She's going to be fouled. That's going to be the first team foul on River Valley, and the foul is going to be on number 21, Maya Delsel. Her first personal in the first team. That puts Bella Badar at the line, shooting a pair. Badar comes in shooting 72%, and she knocks down the first one. Second free throw attempt coming up for Badar. That one's no good. That's going to be rebounded by Teresa Todd for the Wolverines. Into the front court, she gets that to McKaylee Edwards. Edwards shots up and good, and the Wolverines are on the board. Coffee inbounds quickly to Kavarna, who pushes the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Badar passes up the three-point shot, drives in, pass to Renzel, gets away and out of bounds. It'll be a turnover to the Wolverines. So Maya Dalso gets the ball in this time to Maddie Thomas. Tries to get in the front court. It's going to be knocked by Natalie Junk and gathered by Ashlyn Kavarna. Kavarna drives to the hoop. She's going to draw the foul. That's going to be the second team foul on the Wolverines. That's going to be on number 41, Teresa Todd. That's her first. So it'll be Blackhawk basketball underneath their own hoop. Bella Badar inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Anna Coffey. Back out to Badar. Three-point shot from the corner. Rattles around, but it's going to fall. And the Blackhawks have a 10-point lead. Full court pressure still being employed by the Blackhawks. Now Edwards breaks it and gets into the front court for the Wolverines. That pass is stolen away by Ashlyn Renzel for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Ashlyn Kavarna. Back to Badar. Badar passes up the three-point shot. Tries to get it into Anna Coffey. It's kind of kicked, but no call. Kavarna gathers the rebound, shoots it up. That shot's no good. It's going to be a rebounded by Maddie Thomas for the Wolverines. Now she's double covered by a couple of Blackhawks, but it's able to escape the pressure. Gets into the front court. Gets it off to Teresa Todd. That shot's no good. Gathered by number 35, Addison Getch. She gets it back into Maya Dalso. Dalso tries to feed Getch, and it's going to be a jump ball. Down low, it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Checking in for the Blackhawks is number 34, Avery Brigade, and checking back in for the Wolverines is number 11, Teddy Mammon. So Bella Badar inbounds the ball to Kavarna, who walks it up court for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks setting their time now, setting things up on offense, taking their time. Now they got something brewing. Kavarna gives it up to Coffey. Coffey looks to drive. Gets there, but the shot is partially blocked. Out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Number 32, Bella Badar will inbound the ball once again for the Blackhawks. Badar gets it into Coffey down low. Coffey shots up and good, and the Blackhawks extend their lead. So Thomas gets the ball back in, gets it up in the front court to Dalso. Now it's stolen away by Coffey. Coffey brings it in the front court for the Blackhawks. Her shot's going to be up and good. And Coffey has 6 points on the night so far. Badar and Coffey, the two leading scorers, have 6 points apiece for the Blackhawks. That's going to be a foul on number 21, Ashlyn Renzel, for the Blackhawks. That'll be her first personal. It's actually going to be on Anna Coffey. Be her first personal and the team's first. So the Wolverines inbound the ball to Maddie Thomas. Gets it over to Teddy Mammon. Back to Thomas. Thomas passes it over to Getch. Getch's shot's no good. Rebounded by Coffey. In the front court to Badar. Badar passes down low to Brigade. It's kicked away and gathered by Olivia Dixon for the Wolverines. Thomas will bring the ball back up the court for the Wolverines. Over to Getch. Getch loses it out of bounds, but it'll be Wolverine basketball. Gets it into Dixon. Back to Getch. Three-point shot by Mammons, no good. Rebounded by Coffey, gives it up to Kavarna, into the front court to Cadence Peters, who's checked in for the Blackhawks. Bella Badar drives, pass in low to Brigade, stolen away, and now regathered by Badar. Gives it back to Kavarna. The Blackhawks reset. Over to Cadence Peters. Back to Coffey. Coffee tries to drive, and she's going to draw the Wolverine foul. That foul is going to be on number 13, Olivia Dixon. That'll be her first personal and the team's third this half. So Kavarna brings the ball back up for the Blackhawks, gets it over to Coffey. Peters cuts through, but they're unable to get her the ball. Brigade with the ball out front now at the top. Kavarna looks to drive, dishes to Badar. Badar drives to the hoop. That shot's going to be no good, but she's going to draw a foul on the Wolverines. That foul is going to be on number 33. That's going to be Elena Getch. That'll be Elena's first personal and the team's fourth. That'll put Badar at the line shooting a pair. Badar's first free throw is up and good. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 25, J.C. Jacobson, and number 15, McKaylee Edwards. Badar's second free throw attempt is up and good. And checking back in for the Blackhawks will be number 21, Ashlyn Renzo, as Badar takes a break. Maddie Thomas gets the ball in for the Wolverines, right back to Edwards. Over to Jacobson, who has it stolen away. Coffey's shot for the Blackhawks is good. Wolverines get the ball back in quickly. Thomas tries to break the full court press, and she's going to draw a foul. That foul is going to be probably on number 12. We'll see what they call here. That's going to be Cadence Peters for the Blackhawks. That'll be her first personal and the team's second. So Thomas inbounds the ball once again to Edwards. Back to Thomas. Up to Jacobson. In the front court to Dixon. Over to Getch. That ball is going to be stolen away by Kavarna for the Blackhawks. She throws in the front court to Coffey. That shot's no good. Rebound's going to be by Maddie Thomas for the Wolverines, and she brings the ball into the front court. That ball's tapped away by Cadence Peters. It'll still be Wolverine basketball. So Wolverines have opened up an 18-point lead here in the first quarter with 1:36 to go. Thomas inbounds the basketball to Edwards. Edwards cut off by Coffey, back to Thomas. Guarded closely by Coffey and Renzel. And she loses the ball out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Anna Coffey will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Ashlyn Kavarna. Back to Kavarna. That shot's no good. Rebound. Kavarna tried to save it, but she was out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball with 1:11 to go first quarter. Inbound the ball for the Wolverines, number 15, McKaylee Edwards gets it into Thomas. Back to Edwards. Over to Jacobson. Now back cross court to Thomas. Cut off by Kavarna. It'll be out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 35, Addison Getch. So Thomas inbounds the ball for the Wolverines. Stolen away by Coffey to the basket. And the foul. So Coffey gets her 10th point of the night. The foul is going to be on number 15, McKaylee Edwards. Checking back in for the Blackhawks is going to be number 32, Bella Badar. So Anna Coffey goes to the line shooting one for the Blackhawks. Comes in and shooting 50% on the year, free throws. Shot is up and good. Also checking in for the Blackhawks, number 3, Natalie Junk. And for the Wolverines, number 21, Maya Dowsel checks back in. Dowsel gets the ball in to Edwards. Edwards tries to break the press. Gets in the front court. That's Addie Law who checked in the game for the Wolverines. Three-point shot by Dowsel is no good. Rebounded by Law. Regathered by Jacobson. Back to Law. Nope, no good. Out of bounds It was off of Peters. It'll be Wolverine basketball. So Dalsall inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it into Getch. Getch's 15-foot shot, no good. Rebounded by Natalie Junk. She'll give it up to Bella Badar, who brings the ball into the front court for the Blackhawks. Badar drives to the hoop. Off-balance shot, no good. Rebounded by Avery Brigade. Brigade's shot's rebounded by Badar. Badar's shot's up and good. So Blackhawks doing a good job of getting the rebounds there. Got 3 chances on that offensive possession. Wolverines in the front court to Jacobson. That pass is going to be too hot, out of bounds, intended for Addison Getch. It'll be Blackhawk basketball with 9.2 to play, first quarter. So Badar inbounds the ball to Cadence Peters, who brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Under 5 seconds to go. Badar's long three-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Renzel, but that shot's going to be no good as well. So after 1 quarter, the Blackhawks lead 25-2. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, 3-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're getting ready to start the second quarter here. Your Blackhawks lead 25-2. Here, opening game to start off the after Christmas break portion of the basketball season. Varsity boys coming up 20 minutes after this one's complete. And then you can join us again tomorrow night right here from the Hinton Gymnasium as the Blackhawks will be taking on the Trinity Christian Tigers in a Wargo Conference matchup. Tonight the Blackhawks taking on the Wolverines, and the young Wolverines team with only 1 junior, a couple sophomores, and the rest are freshmen. Struggle a little bit out of the gate. So Blackhawk basketball. Bella Badar inbound the ball to Cadence Peters. Leading scores that first quarter for the Blackhawks. Anna Coffey with 11. Bella Badar with 10. Down low to Renzel. Renzel feeds Brigade. Brigade tries to get a shot off. Now, Natalie Junk's three-point shot, no good. Going to be rebounded by number 15, McKaylee Edwards. And Thomas brings the ball into the front court for the Wolverines. And Ashlyn Renzel gets the steal and 2 points for the Blackhawks. Maddie Thomas brings the ball into the front court. That shot's no good, out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Bella Badar brings the ball back up court for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Cadence Peters, over to Ashlyn Renzel. Renzel drives, kicks across court to Natalie Junk. Down low to Cadence Peters, back to Junk. Over to Bella Badar. Badar feeds Brigade down low, kicks it out to Renzel. Renzel thinks about three-pointer, passes it up, gives it to Junk. Peters back to Badar. Badar drives to the hoop, gives it out to Renzel. Renzel's 16-footer, no good. Out of bounds, it's going to be Blackhawk basketball maybe? Nope, it's going to be Wolverine basketball. So number 31, Maddie Thomas will inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Gets it into Edwards, right back to Thomas. Back to Edwards. Bella Badar guards Thomas. Now Renzel joins her and they have her trapped. She gets the ball off to Mammon. Mammon drives, her 10-footer, no good. Kicked around and gathered by Cadence Peters. Peters to Ashlyn Renzel in the front court. She loses it. It's gathered by Wolverines, and Maddie Thomas comes back the other way quick. It's a 1-on-3. Thomas from the free throw line. That shot's going to be good. And Maddie Thomas gets her first basket of the evening. Badar with the ball back for the Blackhawks in the front court. Thomas with the ball for the Wolverines. Over to Mammon. Her shot's going to be partially blocked and gathered by Bella Badar. Badar is going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 11, Teddy Mammon. That's going to be her first personal and the team's 5th. Checking back in for the Blackhawks, number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna, number 15, Anna Coffey. Checking in for the Wolverines, we have a trio. Elena Getch, number 33. Number 25, J.C. Jacobson. And number 35, 33, Elena Getch. So both Getches are in the game. That three-point shot by Bella Badar is good, and the Blackhawks extend their lead. Getch's pass gathered by Dalsel. Thomas cross-court pass back to Jacobson. Jacobson gets it back to Dalsel. That pass is going to be stolen by Bella Badar. Then the ball is going to be tipped away and gathered by J.C. Jacobson for the Wolverines. Maddie Thomas to the hoop, guarded by Kavarna. That shot's going to be up and good. And Maddie Thomas has 4 points for the Wolverines. In the front court to Bella Badar, back to Kavarna. Badar's three-point shot, up and good. And Bella Badar has 19 points in the first half. And the Blackhawks have opened up a 30-point lead. Dalsel's going to be fouled here. That foul is going to be on the Blackhawks. Number 3, Natalie Junk. That'll be Natalie's first personal and the team's 3rd this half. So Dalsel will inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Referee gives her the ball and takes it right back. I don't know what the holdup is here. All right, now we're ready to go. I think a headband came off. So Dalsel gets the ball into Jacobson. Back to Dalsel. Over to Maddie Thomas. Cross court, Jacobson. Tries to feed down low. That's going to be stolen by Anna Coffey. And that pass is going to be stolen by Maddie Thomas. Now she's blocked, and the ball is going to be thrown out of bounds. Badar gives it to Junk. Junk's over to Kavarna. Kavarna back to Junk. Junk's three-point shot from the corner, no good. We're going to have a foul on number 21, Ashlyn Renzel. That's going to be her first personal and the team's 4th. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Checking back in for the Wolverines is number 13, Olivia Dixon. Maddie Thomas will inbound the ball to J.C. Jacobson for the Wolverines, and right back to Thomas, who brings the ball all the way up the court for River Valley. Back to Dalsel. Dalsel drives. She's cut off by Kavarna. Tries to feed down low. They get it to Lena Getch. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Dalsel, and Dalsel's shot's going to be good. Badar quickly with the ball in for the Blackhawks. Brings it in the front court. Over to Renzel. Renzel drives the baseline. Kicks it in to Natalie Junk, and Junk's shot's going to be up and good. Thomas will bring the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. It'll still be Wolverine basketball. Checking in for the Blackhawks now is going to be number 4, Kennedy Spees. Kavarna gives it to Coffee. Coffee drives, gets it out to Badar in the corner. Her three-point shot is up, no good. That's going to be rebounded by number 25, J.C. Jacobson for the Wolverines. She gets it back to Maddie Thomas. Thomas has it stolen away, actually, by Anna Coffey. Over to Ashlyn Kavarna, who will bring the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. 2:30 to go first half. Blackhawks lead by 30. That's going to be a charge. Offensive foul on number 23, Ashlyn Kavarna. Will be Wolverine basketball. Checking in for the Wolverines will be number 11, Teddy Mammon. For the Blackhawks, we have number 12, Cadence Peters. Number 54, Tessa Treeweiler. Number 34, Avery Brigade. Kyra Shaw is also checked into the game for the Blackhawks. Shaw guards out front closely against Mammon. Jacobson pass over to Mammon. Down low to Dixon. That ball's tipped away and regathered by Dixon. Mammon shot from the 10-foot line, no good. Out of bounds, off of Wolverine. It's going to be Blackhawk basketball. And checking back in for the Wolverines will be number 35, Addison Getch. Getch and Edwards are the only two juniors on the roster that I see. Everybody else is a freshman or sophomore for the Wolverines. So Kyra Shaw brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Kennedy Spees. Back to Shaw. Over to Peters. Back to Shaw. To Brigade. Back to Cadence Peters. Over to Shaw. Spees gets the ball in the corner. Gives it right back to Shaw. That ball's kicked out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. It's a couple times the ball's been kicked tonight, but that ball's going to be stolen by Dalsel. Dalsel coast to coast. That shot's going to be no good, but she's going to draw a foul. The foul will be on number 30, Kyra Shaw. That'll be her first personal in the team's sixth of the half. That's going to put number 21, Maya Dalsel, at the line shooting free throws. Comes in shooting 30% on the year. First free throw is up and good for Maya Dalsel. Second free throw attempt coming up for Maya Dalsel of the Wolverines. No good. Rebounded by Tessa Treeweiler for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Cadence Peters. Peters brings it into the front court. Feeds Brigade down low. Her shot's going to be up, no good. She's going to draw a foul, though. And Brigade will be at the line shooting, too. That foul is going to be on the Wolverines. Number 13, Olivia Dixon. Brigade comes in shooting just under 30% on the year from the free throw line. First free throw shot is no good. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 41, Teresa Todd. Number 15, McKaylee Edwards. Checking in for the Blackhawks, number 24, Kyra Peters. Avery Brigade's second shot for the Blackhawks is good. Getz gets the ball into Edwards. Edwards guarded by Peters and Spees. Now there's going to be a jump ball called. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. As Kyra Peters will inbound the ball to Kennedy Spees. Long three-point shot by Cadence Peters, no good. Rebounded by number 41, Teresa Todd for the Wolverines. She gives it up to Edwards. Edwards tries to bring the ball in the front court for the Wolverines, guarded closely by Peters. That ball's going to get into Mammon. Over to Dalsel. Dalsel's three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by number 35, Addison Getch. Gives it back to Edwards. Edwards' shot's no good. Rebounded by Kennedy Spees for the Blackhawks. And Spees brings the ball up court with 45 seconds to go first half. Down to Kyra Peters. Over to Spees. Cadence Peters. Down to Treeweiler. Treeweiler's shot is up and good. And the Blackhawks lead by 32 with 30 seconds to go first half. Dalsel brings the ball in the front court over to Mammon. Back to Dalsel for the Wolverines. Over to Edwards, gives it back to Mammon. Mammon does feed Addison, gets down low. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Kyra Peters, gives it up to Cadence Peters, Peters pushes the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks all the way to the hoop. This shot's going to be no good, but she's going to draw a foul. That foul will be on number 41, Teresa Todd. That'll be Todd's second personal foul, and the team's 8th. At the line shooting a pair will be number 12. Cadence Peters comes in shooting 50% from the free throw line. First shot is up, no good. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 31, Maddie Thomas. Second free throw coming up for Cadence Peters. That shot is good. Wolverines get the ball to Maddie Thomas. Thomas's three-quarter court shot to end the half is no good. It'll be out of bounds. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity basketball. We'll be right back with some first half stats after this message from one of our sponsors.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're at halftime of the girls' game. And the Blackhawks lead 42-9. So open up a 33-point lead there in the first half. Leading scores for the Blackhawks, Bella Badar with 19 points, Anna Coffey with 11. And for the Wolverines, the leading scorers, number 31, Maddie Thomas with 4 points. So that's going to do it for the first half action here from Hinton. We'll be right back in approximately 8 minutes or 9 minutes with second half action. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
We believe in service. That means providing no limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready for second half action here in the varsity girls game. Blackhawks lead by 33 here at halftime, as the Blackhawks look to prove to 7-2 on the season and get ready for the resumed conference play tomorrow night. The boys and girls both will be hosting Trinity Christian Tigers. We'll have that game for you right here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Leading scorers the first half for the Blackhawks, number 32, Bella Badar with 19 first half points, and number 15, Anna Coffey, chipped in 11. Leading scorer for the Wolverines the first half was Maddie Thomas with 4. So starting the second half for the Blackhawks on the court, it's going to be number 3, Natalie Jung, number 23, Ashlyn Gavarna, number 15, Anna Coffin, number 21, Ashlyn Renzel, and number 32, Bella Badar. For the Wolverines on the court will be number 11, Teddy Mammon, number 31, Maddie Thomas, number 15, that's McKelly Edwards, number 41, Teresa Todd, and number 35, Addison Getch. Edwards' shot from the side's no good, rebounded by Kavarna into the front court to Badar. Back to Kavarna. Kavarna passes over to Natalie Junk, and the Blackhawks are on the board to start the second half. Maddie Thomas brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Gets it over to Edwards. Edwards' three-point shot's no good. Out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. 35-point lead means the clock should continually run unless they cut it down to 25, I believe. So the second half action should go pretty fast. Reminder, we got the varsity boys action coming approximately 20 minutes after this one finishes. Kavarna with the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks, over to Badar. Badar's three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Kavarna. Her shot's up and good for the Blackhawks. Maddie Thomas brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Over to Edwards. Back to Thomas. Thomas drives. Her seven-footer, no good off the front of the rim. Thomas gets her own rebound. That shot's going to be up and good. And Maddie Thomas has 6 points for the Wolverines tonight. Natalie Junk's three-point shot for the Wolverines, no good. Or for the Blackhawks, my fault. Junk's shot, no good. Rebounded by Maddie Thomas for the Wolverines. Back to Edwards. Edwards gives it to Mammon. Mammon back to Thomas. Thomas drives. She's cut off by Coffey, and Coffey steals it away. Gives it up to Kavarna. Kavarna into the front court. Shot is up and good. Kavarna has a pair of baskets here in the second half. As Edwards brings it in the front court for the Wolverines this time, over to Thomas. That ball's going to be stolen by Ashlyn Renzel. Renzel to the front court. Shot is up and good. Blackhawks extend their lead. They have 50 on the night so far. Edwards back to front court to Thomas. Thomas's three-point shot up, no good. Rebounded by Kavarna for the Blackhawks. Kavarna pushes the action into the front court. Gives it up to Bella Badar. Badar passes up the three-pointer. Tries to feed Kavarna down low. It's tipped away and gathered by Edwards, I believe. That's going to be a jump ball, though, as Edwards and Kavarna were tied up with the ball together. So Bella Badar will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks after she ties her shoe. And we're ready to go. So Badar gets the ball into Junk. Over to Renzel. Back to Badar. Badar's three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Renzel as the ball just kind of dropped and no one went after it. Now Natalie Junk has it for the Blackhawks. Kavarna feeds Coffey down low. Coffey's shot's going to be good, and she'll draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 41, Teresa Todd. That'll be her third and the first this half for the Wolverines. At the line trying to complete the old-fashioned three-point play will be Anna Coffey. Coffey has 13 points on the evening. Her shot is good, and she has 14 on the evening. The Blackhawks lead by 42. Thomas and the Edwards in the front court for the Wolverines, guarded by Badar, now guarded by Kavarna. Gives it back to Mammon. Mammon drives, cut off by Coffey, kicks it back out to Edwards from the free throw line. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Coffey to Kavarna in the front court to Badar. Badar over to Junk, back to Coffey. Coffey feeds Renzel down low. Renzel's shot's no good. Rebounded by Addison Getch. They give it up to Thomas, who brings in the front court for the Wolverines. Thomas tries to go to the hoop, guarded by Coffey. Spins, shot's no good. She's going to draw a foul, though. Foul's going to be number 32, Bella Badar. That's going to be Badar's first personal and the team's first this half. At the line shooting a pair for the Wolverines will be number 31, Maddie Thomas. The junior comes in shooting 57% from the free throw line. First free throw is up and good. Host of players checking in for the Wolverines. It's number 43, Addie Law. Number 33, Elena Getch. Number 13, Olivia Dixon. And number 25, JC Jacobson. For the Blackhawks, it's number 34, Avery Brigade. Number 54, Tessa Treweiler. Number 4, Kennedy Spees. And number 12, Cadence Peters. And Kyra Peters. Now checking in for the Wolverines will be number 21, Maya Dowsel. So Dowsel inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Over to Jacobson. Dowsel gets it back. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Tessa Treweiler for the Blackhawks. And she gives up to Kendi Spees, who brings the ball in the front court. Cadence Peters tries to feed Avery Brigade. That's stolen away by Dowsel. Dowsel gets in the front court to Law. Law gives it up to Dixon. Dixon shot's no good. She gets her own rebound. Kicks it out to Jacobson. That shot's no good. A couple Wolverines fight over the basketball, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Kyra Peters inbounds the ball to Kennedy Spees. In the front court to Cadence Peters. Back to Spees. Over to Kyra Peters. That shot's going to be good from just, well, I guess they're going to call it a three-pointer. So, thought maybe her foot was on the line, but that's a three-pointer for Kyra Peters. Jacobson from the free throw line for the Wolverines. That ball is going to rocket into the basket. Now Cadence Peters brings the ball up court, gives it to Kennedy Spees. Back to Peters. Over to Kyra Peters. Back to Cadence Peters. Tessa Treweiler. Back to Kyra Peters. That shot's no good. Rebounded by number 33, Elena Getch. Gives it up to Dowsel, who brings the ball into the front court for the Wolverines. And that shot's in and out by Elena Getch. Rebounded by, well, a couple of people, so it's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Peters brings the ball in the front court, gives it up to Spees. Back to Kyra Peters. Over to Kennedy Spees. Back to Spees. To Treweiler, and it's off Treweiler and a Wolverine apparently. Out of bounds, it'll be Blackhawk basketball. Checking back in for the Wolverines, number 31, Maddie Thomas, and number 35, Addison Getch. Spees inbounds the ball for the Blackhawks. Gets it to Kyra Peters, over to Brigade. Back to Kyra Peters, off her hands. Dowsel, no, that's going to be Jacobson that grabs it for the Wolverines, and she'll be fouled. Foul's going to be on number 12, Cadence Peters, for the Blackhawks. That'll be Peters' second foul and the team's second this half. Maddie Thomas will inbound the ball for the Wolverines with 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Into Elena Getch. Back to Thomas. Thomas' shot's no good, but she's going to be fouled. Well, that foul is going to be on number 24. 25, probably. 24. Kyra Peters. That'll be Kyra's first personal. Thomas misses the first free throw for the Wolverines. Second free throw attempt coming up for Maddie Thomas. The Wolverine junior, second free throw is good. So it'll be Kyra Peters into Cadence Peters. Brings the ball in the front court. Back to Kyra. Back to Cadence. Over to Avery Brigade. Brigade gives it back to Cadence. Over to Kyra. Over to Spees. Spees shot from the corner. No good. Little long. Rebounded by Brigade. Brigade has the ball wrestled away from her. And that's going to do it for 3 quarters. So after 3 quarters, the Blackhawks lead 56-15. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Basketball. We'll be right back after this message from one of our sponsors.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want, now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready to resume. It'll be fourth quarter action with the Wolverines basketball trailing 56-15 to your Hinton Blackhawks. Varsity boys coming up approximately 20 minutes after this one finishes. And then, of course, tune right back in tomorrow night. We'll have Varsity boys and girls action as they take on Warrior Conference opponent Trinity Christian Tigers. So Edwards with the ball for the Wolverines. Coffey goes for the steal on Thomas, but misses. Thomas drives the hoop, and that shot's going to be up and good. And Thomas has 10 points for the Wolverines. Kavarna quickly gets it into Renzo in the front court. Back to Kavarna, over to Coffey. Coffey drives. That shot's going to be passed, actually, to Junk and out of bounds. I think Junk thought that Coffey was going to shoot that shot. When she passed it, it got away from her. So Thomas inbounds the ball to Edwards, gets it right back from Edwards, and Thomas brings the ball in the front court for River Valley. Now down to Mammon. Mammon back to Thomas. Thomas drives. 12-footer is up and good. And Thomas has 12 for the Wolverines. Kavarna quickly in the front court to Badar. Badar drives. That shot's going to be no good, but she's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 41, Teresa Todd. That'll be Todd's fourth personal and the team's second this half. Badar inbounds the ball to Coffey. Gives it up to Junk. Junk gives it back to Badar. Badar drives. 3-point pullback shots, no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Kavarna. And then Kavarna is going to be called for a travel. Not understand if two Blackhawks had a hold of the ball or what happened there, but regardless, it's Wolverine basketball. We got a running clock here as the Blackhawks lead 56-19. Thomas with the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. That ball is going to be stolen by Coffey. Coffey goes coast to coast. That shot's going to be up and good. Coffey has 16 points for the Blackhawks. Thomas comes right back. The 10-footer is up. No good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Todd, and then Todd's going to be fouled by number 3, Natalie Junk. That'll be Junk's second foul and the team's fourth this half. That's going to put the sophomore Teresa Todd at the line, shooting a pair of free throws. First free throw shot is up, no good. And we're going to have a timeout Coach Matt Leary is going to take a timeout, probably to get some different players in the game. We'll be right back. We'll take them with them and watch some full digital solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're ready to resume action here. Teresa Todd will be shooting the second of her free throws for the Wolverines. Just under 6 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Running clock here as the Blackhawks have over a 35-point lead. Todd's free throw, no good, rebounded by Coffey. Coffey brings the front court to Badar, over to Renzel. Back to Kavarna. Kavarna's three-point shot's no good, out of bounds. Coffey tried to save that, but it didn't work out. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 25, J.C. Jacobson. And number 33, Elena Getch. So Thomas inbounds the ball to Jacobson. Right back to Thomas. Jacobson now guarded closely by Kavarna. Gets it up to Dousel. Dousel drives. Kicks it back out to Jacobson. Over to, that pass is stolen by Coffey. Coffey to the shot is up and good. Anna Coffey has 18 points in the evening. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. A whole new lineup of Blackhawks getting ready to check in. We'll get you those names as they check in a little bit here. Dousel gives it up to Getch. Getch's shot's no good. Rebounded by Addison Getch. Her shot's no good. Junk in the front court to Bella Badar. That shot's up and good. Badar has 21 on the evening. And now we got a timeout just for substitution purposes. Checking the game at number 12, Cadence Peters. Number 54, Tessa Trurow. Number 24, Kyra Peters. Number 34, Avery Brigade. And number 4, Kennedy Spees for the Blackhawks. Checking back in for the Wolverines is number 13, Olivia Dixon. And number 43, Addie Law. So Dousel gets the ball, brings it up for the Wolverines. Over to Law. Kyra Peters with the shot a little too strong off the group, gathered by Dousel. Dousel's trying to go coast to coast. Peters catches up with her, cuts her off, and Kyra Peters steals it away from her. Kyra Peters brings the ball into the front court for the Blackhawks. Gives it up to Cadence Peters. Over to Kennedy Spees. Over to Brigade. Brigade passes up the three-point shot. Spees thinks about it, passes up the shot. Over to Cadence Peters. Cadence Peters from the free throw line. That's good. And that ball is going to be stolen away by Cadence Peters, but I think they called it out of bounds first, so it'll still be Blackhawk basketball. So Cadence inbounds the ball to Kyra Peters, who brings the ball in the front court for the Blackhawks. Back to Cadence Peters. Kyra Peters. Over to Spees. Brigade, back to Spees. Over to Brigade. Down low to Trewiler. Trewiler's shot is no good, but she's going to be fouled. And that'll send Tessa Trewiler to the line for 2 free throws. Foul's going to be on number 13, Olivia Dixon. That'll be her third personal and the team's third this half. Tessa Trewiler at the line, shooting 83% from the line. First free throw is up and good. Second free throw attempt for Tessa Trewiler is up, also good. So Trewiler makes a pair, and she has 5 points on the evening. Quickly in the front court for the Wolverines. Getch over to Jacobson. Jacobson's shot's no good. Rebounded by Brigade for the Blackhawks. This is to Avery Brigade, or to Kennedy Spees. Down low to Trewild. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Kyra Peters. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Avery Brigade, and that shot's going to be good for the Blackhawks. Dalso with the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Guarded closely by Cadence Peters. Now Kyra Peters guards Law. Ball stolen away by Spees into the front court to Cadence Peters. Gives it back to Kennedy Spees. Over to Kyra Peters. Over to Brigade. Back to Kyra Peters. Peters drives. Kicks it over to Cadence Peters. That ball's stolen away by Addie Law to Dossel in the front court. Now Jacobson back to Dossel. Dossel is called for a travel. It'll be Blackhawks basketball, and we have 5 Wolverines checking in. Looks like it's going to be number 11, Teddy Mammon. Number 15, McKaylee Edwards. Number 41, Teresa Todd. Number 31, Maddie Thomas. Kennedy Spees brings the ball back up court for the Blackhawks. Over to Kyra Shaw. All right, so we had some confusion there as whose ball it was, but no big deal in a game with this score. So we're back underway here. Edwards back to Maddie Thomas for the Wolverines. 1:30 to go. Thomas's shot's a little long. Rebounded by 35. Addison gets, and her shot's up and good for the Wolverines. Treeweiler's shot's a little long for the Blackhawks. Rebound by Kennedy Spees. Cadence Peters gives it to Brigade, kicks it out to Kennedy Spees. Spees' shot is good. It's a 2-pointer as her foot was just inside the line. Maddie Thomas with the ball for the Wolverines. 45 seconds to go in the game. Back to Edwards. Back to Thomas. Thomas's 3-point shot from the corner is off the side of the backboard. And we'll keep playing. Thomas gets her own rebound. That shot's going to be up no good. Rebounded by Avery Brigade for the Blackhawks. Spees walks the ball up court for the Blackhawks. Over to Kyra Peters, down to Treewire. That ball swatted away and out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Thomas gets the ball into Edwards. Back to Thomas. Thomas pushes it up, guarded by Shaw. 3-point shot off balance, no good. Rebounded by Treeweiler. She holds it, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it for tonight's game as the Blackhawks win 70-21, and they're going to move to 7-2 overall. The Varsity girls return to action tomorrow night, take on the Trinity Tristan Tigers. The Wolverines are going to drop to 1-6. So leading scores for the Blackhawks. Number 32, Bella Badar, had 21 points. Number 15, Anna Coffey, had 18 points. Both of them are the team's leading scorers coming into the game, and they'll add to that total. For the Wolverines, Maddie Thomas added in 12 points. That's going to do it for the girls' game. We'll be back in approximately 15 minutes for Varsity boys action. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk Varsity Athletics.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Hi, welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're getting ready for varsity boys action as the River Valley Wolverines come in at 0-5, taking on your 5-1 Hinton Blackhawks. Tonight the lineup's going to look like this for the River Valley Wolverines coach Maurice Williams. He'll start off with number 11, Caleb Burns, the junior, comes in averaging 18.4 points per game. Number 13, Carter Canuck, the senior, comes in averaging 3.4 points per game. Number 25, Brian Cohn, the junior, comes in averaging 9.4 points per game. Number 31, Landon Johnson, the junior, comes in averaging 3.6 points per game. And rounding up the starting lineup, number 51, Trevor Town, the senior, averaging 10.8 points a game. The Wolverines average 46.6 points a game as a team. And now for your Coach John Spees Hinton Blackhawks starting lineup, coming in at 5-1, 2-1 in Warrigal Conference play. Number 20, Gavin Nelson, the senior, comes in averaging 6.8 points per game. Number 22, Caleb Holmes, the senior, averages 23.3 points per game. Number 24, Trey Frank, the senior, averages 5 points a game. Number 32, Landon Lovren, the senior, averages 5 points a game. Number 34, Caden Winters, the junior, averages 5 points a game. Leading rebounders for the River Valley Wolverines will be Caleb Burns at 5.8 points rebounds per game, and he's the leading scorer also at 18-4 a game. For the Blackhawks, the leading rebounder is going to be Caden Winters at 6 rebounds a game, followed by Landon Lovren at 5.5 rebounds per game. So we're getting ready for varsity boys action. We'll be right back after the national anthem and this short message from one of our sponsors. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Woo.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're getting ready to get underway in the boys action tonight. So for the Blackhawks on the court, it's going to be number 32, Landon Lover, number 24, Trey Frank, number 20, Gavin Nelson, number 22, Caleb Holmes, and number 34, Caden Winters. For the Wolverines, they're going to have Caleb Burns, number 11, number 13, Carter Canuck, number 25, Brian Cohn, number 31, Landon Johnson, and number 51, Trevor Town. So jumping for the Wolverines would be number 51, Trevor Town, and for the Blackhawks, number 32, Landon Lovren. Varsity girls came off with a big win earlier tonight, and now the boys are looking to follow that up. So looks like we're just about ready to get underway here. And Lovren tips it back to Gavin Nelson for the Blackhawks. Caleb Holmes brings in the front court now. Holmes the leading scorer for the Blackhawks. Down low to Winters. Back to Frank. Frank drives, kicks it back to Gavin Nelson in the corner. They try to feed Winters down low, and it's stolen away by number 25, Brian Cohn. Burns with it, drives to the hoop. That shot up no good. Rebounded by Lovren, but I think there's going to be a foul called on number 34, Caden Winters, I believe, for the Blackhawks. Yes, it'll be the first team foul and the first personal foul for Caden Winters. So it'll be River Valley basketball. Cohn inbounds the ball. Back to Cohn. Cohn's three-point shot's no good. Rebounded by Landon Lovren for the Blackhawks. He gives it up to Gavin Nelson. Over to Caleb Holmes. Back to Trey Frank. Back to Holmes. Over to Nelson. Nelson's shot's no good. Rebounded by Winters. Winters' shot's going to be up and good. And Burns brings the ball in the front court for the Wolverines. Burns drives to the hoop. Cross-court pass to Canuck. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Winters for the Blackhawks. Winters brings it up court. Over to Frank. Frank's going to be fouled. That foul's going to be on number 13, Carter Canuck. That'll be his first personal and the team's first. That's going to put Trey Frank at the line shooting a pair. Frank comes in shooting 33% from the free throw line. First free throw's good. Second free throw coming up for Trey Frank. Second free throw is also good for Frank, and the Blackhawks lead 4-0. Burns bring the ball up court for the Wolverines. Sit down to Town. Town spins and a nice floater, and the Wolverines on the board. Ball inbounded to Lovren, back to Holmes, over to Lovren. Lovren guarded by Town. Over to Nelson. Down to Winters. Winters turn, shot no good, rebounded by Town. Burns brings the ball back up for the Wolverines. Over to Canuck. Cohn's long three-point shot is good, and the Wolverines take the lead 5-4. Down low to Nelson. Nelson spins, kicks it out to Lovren. Lovren's three-point shot is no good, off the mark. Rebounded by Frank. Frank's going to go up, and he's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be on number 13, Carter Canuck. That'll be his second personal and the team's second this half. At the line shooting another pair of free throws is Trey Frank. Already 2 for 2 on the evening. First free throw is up and good, and Trey Frank's 3 for 3 on the night in free throws. Second free throw up coming for Frank. That free throw is also good, and Frank has 4 points on the evening already. Blackhawks lead 6-5. Burns brings the ball back up court for the Wolverines. A long three-point shot by Canuck, no good. Rebounded by Caden Winters for the Blackhawks. He brings the ball into the front court. Over to Lovren. Feeds it down low to Gavin Nelson. Nelson's turnaround shot is good. Now Burns is going to drive to the hoop. His shot's going to be no good, but he's going to draw the foul. That foul is going to be on number 24, Trey Frank. That'll be Frank's first personal and the team's second this half. So Caleb Burns, the junior, at the line shooting a pair of free throws, shooting 73% on the year so far. First free throw attempt is good. Checking in for the Blackhawks, number 10, Bo DeRocher. Second free throw attempt by Burns for the Wolverines. That shot is no good, rebounded by Caden Winters. Kicks it ahead to Caleb Holmes. Down low to Gavin Nelson. Nelson turns, his shot's gonna be up and good. Wolverines get the ball right back into Burns, and Burns brings it up court for them. Cohn's three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Lovren. Gives it head to Holmes. Holmes feeds Winters down low. Winters shots up and good. Nice pass from Holmes to Caden Winters there for an easy basket. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout by the Wolverines. We'll be right back after this message from Fuller Digital Solutions. You're watching their coverage of varsity athletics.
EverTech, we believe in service. That means providing no limits internet to more than 20 counties in Northwest Iowa. For more than 30 years, EverTech employees and their families live in the communities we serve. We're your neighbors and friends. And EverTech has been there when others haven't. And we continue to invest, build, and upgrade our network. We understand that rural Iowans deserve great internet too. It's who we are. EverTech is internet made easy. No contracts, no hidden fees, and best of all, no limits. EverTech.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching Varsity Boys action here on Fuller Digital Solutions. The River Valley Wolverines taking on the Hinton Blackhawks. Just coming out of a timeout, getting ready to resume action. So Landon Johnson inbounds the ball for the Wolverines. Gives it to Caleb Burns. Burns over to Cone. Cone down low to Town. And that shot by DeRocher, no good. Rebounded by Winters, that shot's no good. We do have a correction. Number 31 is Cole Thomas for the Wolverines. So I have a different roster than apparently what's right. Cone's three-point shot this time is good for the Wolverines. And Lovren brings the ball up court for the Blackhawks. That shot ahead to DeRocher. And he's going to be called for an offensive foul. Towns' three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Winters. Back to Burns. That's stolen away by the Wolverines. Three-point shot by Burns, no good. Rebounded by Winters once again, as Winters has a handful of rebounds already for the Blackhawks. Gavin Nelson shots off the front of the rim, rebounded by Trevor Town for the Wolverines, and Burns brings the ball back up court. 2:50 to go first quarter. Burns drives, cut off by Holmes. Back to Cone, over to Burns, and he loses it out of bounds. Caleb Holmes brings the ball back up court. Gavin Nelson in the corner. Three-point shot by Caleb Holmes, no good. Rebounded by Trey Frank for the Blackhawks. Kicks it back out to Holmes. Trey Frank's three-point shot is good. And Frank has 7 points in the first quarter for the Blackhawks. Burns brings the ball back up court for the Wolverines. Long three-point attempt by Landon Johnson. Or Cole Thomas, I'm sorry. Number 31 for the Wolverines is Cole Thomas. That shot's good for Bo DeRocher. Burns brings the ball back up court for the Wolverines. Burns over to Town. Over to Landon Johnson. Over to Cone. Cone's three-point shot is good. And we're going to have a foul on the floor. The foul is going to be on number 31, Cole Thomas, for the Wolverines. That's going to be his first and the team's third. We're going to have a full timeout. We'll take one with them. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity basketball.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. You're watching varsity boys action as we're in a timeout here for the Wolverines. Be Blackhawks basketball coming out of the timeout. Blackhawks lead 17-12 here first quarter, 1:32 remaining. As that's the second warning now, we're finally getting ready to get underway here. Gavin Nelson will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Over to Caden Winters. Back to Bo DeRocher. Over to Caleb Holmes. He drives. That shot's going to be up and good. Burns brings the ball in the front court, gives it down to Town. Over to Thomas. Thomas's running hook, no good. It's going to be gathered by Cone for the Wolverines. Kicks it back out to Burns. Feeds it down low to Johnson. Stolen back away, and Johnson gathers it back up, gives it back to Thomas. Thomas back to Town. Cross-court pass to Cone. Down to Johnson. Johnson turns, his shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Caden Winters. He kicks it ahead to Trey Frank. Frank in the front court for the Blackhawks. Over to Holmes. Holmes feeds Bo DeRocher down low. Back to Holmes. Over to Frank. Back to Nelson. Nelson feeds Holmes down low. Holmes' shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Trey Frank for the Blackhawks. Under 30 seconds to go first half. Caleb Holmes' three-point shot in and out, no good. Rebounded by Town for the Wolverines. Kicks it over to Burns, who walks the ball up court for the Wolverines. Gives it up to Thomas. Back to Burns. Over to Cone. Back to Burns. Burns, long three-point shot, no good, off the back of the iron. It's going to be rebounded by Trey Frank, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. So after one, Blackhawks lead 19-12. We'll be right back after this timeout and a message from one of our sponsors. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as we're covering varsity boys action here as the Blackhawks lead 19-12 at the end of one. Get ready to start second quarter action here. Leading scorer that first quarter for the Blackhawks was number 24, Trey Frank, with 7 points. The leading scorer for the Wolverines is number 25. That's Brian Cone. He had 9 points. Cone inbounds the ball here to Burns. And we're underway in the second quarter. Back to Cone. Cone gives it back to Burns. Burns drives. Cut off, feeds it to Town. Town just inside the three-point range, no good. Rebound by Caleb Holmes. Holmes guarded close by Thomas. Over to Caden Winters. Cross-court pass to Landon Lovren. Lovren drives. Back to Winters, over to Holmes. Holmes passes up the three-point shot. Cross-court to Lovren. Back to Winters. Back to Lovren. Lovren passes up the three-pointer. Feeds it to Winters. Winters drives, kicks it out to DeRocher. DeRocher cross-court to Lovren. Lovren drives, kicks it back to Frank. Frank over to DeRocher. Back to Frank. Three-point shot from Frank in the corner is good. And Frank leads all scorers with 10 points tonight for the Blackhawks. And it's 22-12. 7 minutes to go second quarter. Good patience by the Blackhawks in that possession. Thomas with the ball for the Wolverines. Over to Burns. Burns, 12-footer is good. Frank with the ball for the Blackhawks. Feeds Holmes down low. Reverse layup is up and good. Blackhawks back up by 10. Drive by Thomas. Get turnover there. I think as Lovren got the rebound, he traveled, I believe. It'll be Wolverine basketball, so Burns will inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Gives out to Cone. Back to Canuck. That pass is stolen away by Caleb Holmes. His range shot is good. The Blackhawks are up by 12. Canucks three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Bo DeRocher. Well, tipped around, gathered by DeRocher now. Gives it up to Lovren. Lovren over to Holmes. Down low to Winters. That pass is tipped away and gathered by Landon Johnson. Burns in the front court for the Wolverines. Gives it up to Thomas at the free throw line. Thomas's shot, no good. Rebounded by Winters. Well, he saves it going out of bounds and gets it to DeRocher. DeRocher into the front court, gives it up to Lovren. Lovren drives, cut off by Burns. Gives it up to Winters. Down low to Holmes. Holmes spins. His shot is up and good. And Holmes has 6 straight points for the Blackhawks. Burns, Cone, long three-point shot, no good. Gathered by Winters. Gives it up to Holmes. Holmes' three-point shot is good. And Holmes has 9 straight points for the Blackhawks. He is the Blackhawks' leading scorer, and when he gets hot, he's usually hot. So he's heating up tonight here in the second quarter. Burns drives, cross-court pass to Canuck. Canuck's three-pointer no good, rebounded by Trey Frank. Frank ahead to Holmes. Holmes challenged by Cone. His shot is up and good. 11 straight points for the Blackhawks by Caleb Holmes. And Holmes has 13 points on the night. We're going to have another timeout here. We'll take one with them. You're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Varsity basketball.
Rural customers deserve great internet too. You deserve EverTech's No Limits Internet and the quality local services that comes with it. We've dedicated 32 years to bring customers like you reliable and unlimited internet, up to 50 megabits across 22 counties. It's internet you can count on. Call or email our Everly office to get started. You and your family need internet with unlimited use, no contracts, and no overages. You need EverTech. Visit evertech.net to learn more. EverTech, internet where you live.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa, as you're watching varsity boys action here on Fuller Digital Solutions. Coming out of a River Valley timeout. Blackhawks lead 33-14. 4:30 to go, first half. Caleb Holmes on a nice little run by himself here for the Blackhawks, as he scored the last 11 points for the Blackhawks in a row. Burns brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. Feeds Town over to Cone. Cone's three-point shot from the corner is no good. Rebounded by Caden Winters. Winters gives the cross-court pass to Gavin Nelson. Nelson's shot is just in and out. Rebounded by Town. Ahead to Burns. Burns' three-point shot, no good. Rebounded by Lovren. Caleb Holmes tries to feed Trey Frank, and it's kicked. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Gavin Nelson will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Caden Winters. Back to Landon Lovren. Down low to Trey Frank. Frank's spinning shot is good. Trey Frank has 12 points this first half for the Blackhawks. Burns brings the ball back up court for the Wolverines. Over to Canuck. Back to Burns. Burns back to Canuck. Back to Burns. Stolen away by Holmes. Holmes brings the ball up court. Long pass to Frank. Frank's shot is going to be partially blocked, but it'll be a foul called. Foul's going to be number 11, Caleb Burns. Be his first personal and the team's fourth. At the line, shooting a pair of free throws will be Trey Frank. The senior's already 4 for 4 from the line tonight. 5 for 5 from the line as Trey Frank sinks the first one. Second free throw shot coming up for the Blackhawk senior. Frank's second shot is also good, and Frank's 6 for 6 from the line tonight. Cone gets the ball into Burns for the Wolverines, and Burns walks it up court slowly. Over to Canuck, back to Burns. Burns, 12-footer, no good off the front of the rim, rebounded by Landon Lovren. Lovren gives it up to Caleb Holmes. Back to Frank, down to Winters, over to Holmes. Lovren looks to drive now. His shot's going to be up and good. Nice drive by the senior, Landon Lovren, for the Blackhawks. His first 2 points of the evening go along with a handful of rebounds. Burns, guarded closely by Frank, gives it up to Cone, thinks about the long three-pointer, gives it back to Burns. Burns drives, 10-foot floaters partially blocked out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Checking back in will be number 31, Cole Thomas. As Bo DeRocher checks back in for the Blackhawks. Burns inbounds for the Wolverines. To Town. Over to Cone. Cone's very long three-pointers, no good, out of bounds. He shot that from a good 10 to 12 feet behind the line. So it'll be Blackhawk basketball, 2:30 to go first half, leading by 25. Lovren inbounds it to Gavin Nelson. Nelson walks the ball up court. Over to DeRocher. That shot's no good, rebounded by Cone. And Burns brings the ball back up court for the Wolverines. Cone feeds Town down low. His shot is good. Town has 4 points now for the Wolverines. Gavin Nelson walks the ball slowly in the front court over to DeRocher for the Blackhawks. Back to Winters. Winters back to Frank. Frank gives it back to Lovren. Tries to feed Frank down low, does. Frank kicks it back out to DeRocher. DeRocher drives. That shot's going to be no good, but he's going to draw a foul. That foul's going to be on number 13, Carter Canuck. That's going to be his third personal and the team's fifth this half. Bo DeRocher at the line, shooting a pair. First free throw attempt is good. So checking back in for the Wolverines will be number 15, Keegan Volkert. Second free throw attempt by DeRocher. That's also good. So DeRocher knocks down a pair and the Wolverines lead by 25 with 1:40 to go first half. Burns over to Thomas. Thomas thinks about a shot, passes it up, gives it to Cone. Over to Volkert. Hustle for the loose ball now is gathered by DeRocher. And then we're going to have a jump ball as it's tied up by a couple of Wolverines. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. So Gavin Nelson will inbound the ball for the Blackhawks. Lovren back to Nelson. Lovren feeds Frank. Frank at the top of the key, back to Lovren. Lovren back to Nelson now at the top of the key, and the offense resets. DeRocher on the wing, gives it to Winters. Over to Nelson. Back to Lovren, over to Winters. Over to Lovren. Lovren gives it back to DeRocher, over to Winters. Winters' three-point shot from the corner is no good. Rebounded by Frank. Back to Nelson. Nelson's three-point shot is good. Nelson has 7 points the first half. And the Blackhawks lead by 28 with 35 seconds to go first half. Burns' three-point shot from the corner is no good. Rebound by Nelson. Ahead to Trey Frank. Frank's shot is up and good. The Blackhawks lead 46-16 with 12 seconds and counting to go first half. Burns drives. Cut off at the free throw line. Stolen by Winters. Winters ahead to Frank. That ball is gathered up and he steps on the inbound line with 1 second to go in the first half. So Wolverine basketball, 1 second to go. Cohen will inbound the basketball, just enough time to throw it in and turn and shoot. Burns' shot is blocked by Frank, and that's going to do it for first half action. We'll be right back with the first half stats after this message from one of our sponsors. You're watching Full.
You're going to love the view of a Screen Builder's designed outdoor leisure living space. Whether an all-season room, three-season room, deck, or patio, Screen Builders offers easy installation and a reliable warranty. From construction of new spaces to providing shade to existing spaces or adding Easy Breeze panels to your screen room, start your project at screenbuilders.com and enjoy the views you've been missing.
Call Screen Builders, you're gonna love the view.
Welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. As you're watching Full Digital Solutions coverage of varsity boys action. River Valley Wolverines taking on the Hinton Blackhawks. We're at halftime. Leading scores for the Blackhawks. Number 24, Trey Frank, had 16 first half points. Number 22, Caleb Holmes, had 13 for the Blackhawks. For the Wolverines, number 25, Brian Cohn, had 9 to lead the Wolverines. So that's going to do it. We're at halftime. We'll be right back after this halftime break in approximately 9 minutes to start of the second half.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want now and years from now. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Rick Diener today. Visit rickdiener.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
And welcome back to Hinton, Iowa. We're just getting ready to start the second half of action here as the Blackhawks lead 46-16. Inbound the ball for the Wolverines is Cone, Caleb Thomas. So it's Cone, Caleb Thomas, Landon Johnson, Trevor Town, and Caleb Burns on the court for the Wolverines. For the Blackhawks, it's number 22, Caleb Holmes, gives it ahead to Landon Lovren. On the court with Gavin Nelson, Trey Frank, and Caden Winters. 3-point shot by Gavin Nelson, no good. Rebounded by Winters. His shot's going to be no good, but he's going to be fouled and go to the line. So Winters at the line shooting a pair. That foul is going to be on number 25, Brian Cone. It's his first and the team's first this half. Caden Winters at the line shooting a pair, comes in shooting 80%. First free throw is good. Second free throw is no good off the front of the rim. Burns brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. Over to Thomas. Thomas back to Burns, tapped away by Caleb Holmes. Now it's regathered by Burns. No over and back there as Holmes knocked the ball away. Burns can't get around Holmes now, and he's going to be called for a foul. Holmes will be called for a foul, his first personal. The team's first this half. Holmes playing some tough man-to-man defense on Caleb Burns. Burns gets it to Town, right back to Burns. He's going to be fouled by Caden Winters. That'll be Winters' second personal and the team's second this half. Town's shot is going to be up and good for the Wolverines. Lovren gets it to Holmes, ahead to Nelson. Tries to feed Frank down low. Tapped out of bounds by the Wolverines. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Lovren gives it up to Holmes. Holmes loses the ball and scooped up by Town for the Wolverines. Burns brings it into the front court. Burns 3-point shot. In and out, no good. That was almost all the way down before that came out. Lovren gets the rebound. He heads it ahead to Gavin Nelson. Nelson's 12-footer, no good. Rebounded by Lovren. Lovren's shot, no good. Rebounded by Cone. So Blackhawks come out in the second half a little bit cold. That ball's going to be ahead to Thomas, who travels. Checking in for the Wolverines will be number 45, Nathan Gatto, sophomore. Checks in for Landon Johnson. Inbound the ball for the Blackhawks is Gavin Nelson. Nelson gives it to Holmes. Holmes feeds Nelson to Winters. Winters spinning jumpers, no good. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes' shot is up and good. And the Blackhawks lead by 33. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Burns with the basketball for the Wolverines. That's in and out. Lovren inbounds the basketball. And there's going to be another travel call. There'll be a turnover. The Wolverine basketball. Blackhawks threatening to extend this lead to 35, which would make it a running clock. The girls' game was a running clock all of the second half. Burns gets the rebound, drives it in, pass to Town down low for the easy basket. The Wolverines, of course, trying to stave off that 35-point rule. Down low to Frank, back to Holmes. Holmes' shot's up and good. Caleb Holmes has 19 points for the Blackhawks. Burns passes to Cone, but Cone wasn't really paying attention. It's out of bounds. It'll be Blackhawk basketball. Nelson inbounds to Holmes. Holmes gives it to Landon Lovren. Lovren back to Winters. Winters over to Holmes. Holmes drives. Floater, no good. Rebounded by Gavin Nelson. Nelson tries to shoot. It's partially blocked. He gets the ball back. Back out to Holmes. Caden Winters back to Nelson. Down to Frank. Frank's shot's up and good, and the Blackhawks lead by 35. So now we should have running clock unless the Wolverines are able to cut that back down to 25 here in the second half. Burns' long three-point shot is way off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Winters. Ahead to Holmes. Holmes spins. His shot is up. No good. Rebounds his own shot. Spins. Gets out to Nelson. Nelson's three-point shot is no good. Rebounded by Trey Frank. Frank over to Lovren. Back to Nelson. Lovren down low to Frank, and Frank's going to be fouled by number 31, Cole Thomas. That'll be his second personal and the team's second this half. Checking in for the Blackhawks is number 12, Carson Pierce for the first time this evening, and number 10, Bo DeRocher. Trey Frank's three-point shot is good. And Trey Frank has 21 points on the evening. Big scoring night for Frank as he only comes in averaging 5 points a game, but he has 21 points so far. Canuck for the Wolverines, floater no good. Kicked back out, gathered by number 21. I don't have a 21 on my roster. Maybe that's Broden Getch. That's all I can think of. There's no 21, there's a 22. Canuck inbounds to Cole Thomas. So I apologize if that is not Mr. Gedge, but that's the only number I can think it could be. That's going to be a three-point shot launched up by Nathan Gatto, no good. Rebounded and ahead to Trey Frank for the Blackhawks. Out to DeRocher. DeRocher drives, his shot's no good. Rebounded by Town. Cole Thomas walks the ball up court for the Wolverines, guarded by Pierce. Canuck thinks about driving, gives it to Town. Over to Gatto, down to Thomas. Thomas spins at the free throw line, partially blocked by Carson Pierce. Winters gets the rebound ahead to Frank. Too hot to handle, out of bounds. It'll be Wolverine basketball. Checking in for the Blackhawks is number 14. That's going to be Carter Warden. Now Burns guarded by Pierce. Over to Cone. To Canuck. Canuck drives baseline, cut off, and foul by Caleb Holmes. That's Holmes' second foul and the team's third this half. Burns inbounds the basketball to Cone, back to Burns. Burns cross-court pass to Logan Johnson. That three-point shot by Johnson's going to be good. Landon Johnson, sorry. Caleb Holmes in the front court for the Blackhawks. Tries to feed DeRocher. That's kicked by Burns. It'll be Blackhawk basketball out of bounds. Pierce drives to the hoop, gets it in. That's his first points of the evening. So Carson Pierce on the scoreboard. Under a minute to go, third quarter. Towns running floater finds the basket. Holmes feeds Frank in the front court. Back to Holmes. Over to Pierce. Pierce to DeRocher. Holmes, backup three-point shot is nothing but net. Holmes has 22 on the evening, and the Blackhawks lead by 40. Under 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Burns brings the ball up court for the Wolverines. Screened by Town. Burns guarded by DeRocher. Pass into Towns. Towns spins. His shot's up and off the glass and good. Holmes walks the ball across half court. 5 seconds to go, third quarter. Three-point jumpers, no good. Rebounded by Canuck, and that's going to do it for 3 quarters of action. Your Blackhawks lead 65-27. We'll be right back with the 4th quarter of action. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions coverage of Hinton Blackhawk varsity basketball.
How it feels to bank with Prime Bank. This is how it feels to bank with other banks. Prime Bank, other banks.
Ooh.
See the difference? Prime Bank gives you genuine confidence with You Pick Checking, where you choose your reward, points, interest, or cash back. And Prime Bank's mobile banking lets you check balances, deposit checks, and use all the popular payment services. So now is a good time to bank with confidence. At Prime Bank, earn more your way. Member FDIC.
And we're back for 4th quarter action here as the Blackhawks lead 65-27. Remember, tomorrow night we have World Conference action as the Trinity Christian Tigers come to Hinton in a pair of games. We'll have them right here for you on Fuller Digital Solutions. So if you're watching the game tonight, just subscribe to this channel. You'll be notified when we go live tomorrow night, approximately 5:45. Pierce feeds Bo DeRocher, and DeRocher's layup is up and good. Burns walks the ball back in the front court for the Wolverines. Over to Thomas. Back to Burns. Burns' three-point shot. Off the front of the rim, no good. Thomas gathers the rebound. Spinning shots, no good. Rebounded by Nelson. Nelson gives it to Carson Pierce, who walks the ball back court for the Blackhawks. Gives it to Lovren in the front court. Feeds Pierce down low, kicked away, stolen by Canuck. Ahead to Burns. Burns challenges Lovren, the spinner. No good. Rebound by DeRocher. DeRocher tries to feed it ahead to Nelson, but it's tipped and stolen by Canuck. Burns, three-point shot, once again no good, gathered by Nelson. Nelson walks the ball into the front court. Over to Lovren. Nelson gets the shot from Warden, that's no good. Rebound underneath, given to Pierce. Pierce goes to the basket, he's fouled. Carson Pierce at the line shooting a pair. That foul is going to be on number 31. Cole Thomas. Be Cole's 3rd personal foul and the team's 3rd this half. Pierce at the line shooting 92% free throw shooter. First free throw is up and good. Checking in the game for the Blackhawks, number 34, Caden Winters, number 42, Jarrett Kerwin. And 51, Trevor Town checks back in for the Wolverines. Pierce's 2nd free throw shot. Up, no good. Tipped away by Winters, but gathered by Town for the Wolverines. Burns walks the ball into front court, guarded by Carter Warden. Ball gets away from him, gathered up by Bo DeRocher. DeRocher brings the ball into the front court for the Blackhawks. He's over to Jarrett Kerwin. Down low to Winters. Over to DeRocher, back to Pierce. Pierce drives. His shot's up, no good. And the rebound's going to be a jump ball. Checking in for the Wolverines will be number 15, Keegan Volkert. It's Wolverine basketball on the jump ball. Carter Canuck will inbound the ball for the Wolverines. Head to Brian Cohn, back to Canuck, back to Cohn. Cohn guarded really closely by Carson Pierce. Pierce taps the ball away from him, and Winters gathers up the loose ball for the Blackhawks. Coming in the front court, back to Pierce. Cross-court pass to DeRocher. DeRocher drives, that shot's partially blocked, but they're going to call a foul. Foul's going to be on number 33 for the Wolverines. That's Landon Johnson. First free throw attempt coming for Bo DeRocher is good. Checking in for the Wolverines, number 50, Carter Allen. Number 40, Ty Jones. And number 30, Colt Frank. The Blackhawks going deep to the bench with 5:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Up by 40-plus points. DeRocher's second free throw. That's good. And we'll have one more substitution as I don't know who checked in. They buzzed it, but I didn't see who came in the game, so we'll get that to you in a minute here. Canuck with the ball for the Wolverines. Back to Cone. Cone, very deep three-point shot, no good, out of bounds. I'll tell you one thing, Cone's not afraid to shoot it from anywhere on the court. Jarrett Kerwin inbounds the basketball. Carter Allen over to Jones. Jones back to Frank. Warden drives, his shot's no good, rebounded by Jarrett Kerwin. Kerwin's shot's no good, blocked by Cone, at least partially. Volker gives the ball to Cone. In the corner to Canuck. Canuck's three-point shot in and out, no good. Rebounded by Town. Town spins, his floater no good, rebounded by Carter Warden. Over to Ty Jones. Jones over to Colt Frank. Down low to Carter Allen. Allen spins, his shot's blocked by Town. Rebounded by Volkert. Volkert over to Cone for the Wolverines. Canuck. Canuck cross-court pass to Johnson. Johnson's three-point shot for the Wolverines. Nothing but net. Under 4 minutes to go now in the game. Ty Jones brings the ball into the front court for the Blackhawks. Cole Frank has the ball now. Over to Carter Allen. Back to Ty Jones. Jones drives. His shot's no good. He's going to draw a foul. Foul's going to be on number 33, Landon Johnson. It's going to be his second personal and the team's fifth. Ty Jones at the free throw line shooting a pair. First free throw shot is up and good. Second free throw attempt coming up for Ty Jones, the sophomore. That's no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Jarrett Kerwin. Kerwin feeds Carter Allen. Allen spinning jumper, no good, rebounded by Kerwin. Kerwin shots up, no good, rebounded by Cone for the Wolverines. 3 minutes to go in the game now, or just about. That pass is going to get away from Johnson into the backcourt, stolen by Jones. Gives it up to Colt Frank. Cross-court pass to Carter Warden. Over to Ty Jones. Jones is going to be called in the travel. Canuck with the ball for the Wolverines. Into Town. Back to Canuck. Back to Cone. To Town. Over to Cone. Johnson. Over to Canuck. That ball's going to get away from Wolverines. Ty Jones scoops that up for the Blackhawks. Over to Carter Warden. Over to Colt Frank. Carter Allen now gives it back to Colt Frank. Jarrett Kerwin with the ball for the Blackhawks. Over to Ty Jones. Jones drives. That shot, no good. In and out, rebounded by Trevor Town for the Wolverines. Gives it up to Canuck. Over to Cone. 1:30 to go in the game. Canuck spins over to Cone. Cone's three-point shot is good. Even that time he was on the side, but he was probably a good 2 or 3 feet behind the three-point line. So Cone definitely has some range. He's not afraid to shoot it. 12 points on the night for him. Colt Frank in the front court. Over to Jarrett Kerwin. Over to Carter Warden. Down to Ty Jones. Jones brings the ball back at the top of the key. Over to Carter Allen. Allen looks to drive for the Blackhawks. Gets down low. He's going to be called for a travel as he tried to go to the other side of the basket. Check it back into the Wolverines. Number 45, Nathan Gatto. And number 21, I believe that's Braden Getch. Again, 21's not on my roster. In the front court, that's Volkert. Long shot by Logan Johnson's no good, but he's going to draw the foul. That foul's going to be on number 14, Carter Warden. That'll be Carter's first personal and the team's 4th this half. 21 seconds to go in the game at the free throw line, shooting 3 free throws. It'll be Landon Johnson, the junior. First free throw's no good. Second free throw attempt for Johnson, also no good. Johnson has one more free throw attempt coming up. Shot is up and good. So Johnson sinks the free throw, and Ty Jones walks the ball up the court for the Blackhawks. 15 seconds to go in the game. Over to Carter Warden, back to Ty Jones. Back to Warden. Over to Kerwin. Kerwin's cross-court pass is stolen by Johnson. That full-court shot's going to be no good. And that's going to do it for boys action tonight as the Blackhawks are going to win 71-34. Leading scorer tonight for the Blackhawks, number 22, Caleb Holmes with 22 points. Number 24, Trey Frank had 21 points. Leading scorers for the Wolverines, number 25, that's Brian Cone with 12 points. And number 51, Trevor Town, also had 12 points. The Blackhawks are going to move to 6-1 overall in the season. And the River Valley is going to drop to 0-6. We'll be back tomorrow night with more action on Fuller Digital Solutions coverage as the Trinity Christian Tigers come to town. Thank you for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night from Hinton.